All right, so if you're a founder, a CTO, or you're leading a data science team at a startup, you pretty much live by one rule, right? Move fast. But what happens when that amazing AI that's giving you your edge suddenly becomes your biggest liability? Well, today, we're going to unpack a super practical AI governance playbook. It's designed specifically for you to help you build trust without killing your speed.
I mean, this is the fundamental question, isn't it? Every single day, you're in this massive tug of war. You've got to innovate, you've got to ship, you've got to grow, but at the exact same time, you have to build a product that people, especially those big enterprise clients, can actually trust. So how do you solve that?
We're going to tackle this conflict head-on. It's what we call the founder's dilemma. That constant push and pull between moving at lightning speed and the absolute non-negotiable need to build credible, trustworthy AI right from day one.
Look, for a small, scrappy team, the word governance can sound like a total nightmare. A straitjacket of paperwork, something you can just worry about later. But here's the thing, later is a trap. Most startups only start thinking about this stuff after something has already gone horribly wrong, and the damage is already done. This isn't about adding bureaucracy. It is the exact opposite. Thinking about governance early is actually a huge growth enabler. It's all about getting ahead of the problems you know are coming so you can build a stronger, more valuable company.
And this is not a hypothetical anymore. Show us your AI risk controls. That is a standard question you will get from any serious enterprise client. And if you don't have a clear, confident answer ready to go, you're going to lose credibility. And you're going to lose revenue. It's really that simple. So this really leaves you with two paths you can take. The old way is reactive. You launch, something blows up, and suddenly you're backtracking, burning precious time and money to fix a problem that's already out in the wild. The smart way? It's proactive. You govern first, then you launch, and that lets you grow with total confidence.
So what's the solution here?
It's this, a simple 5-step playbook.
We're calling it minimum viable governance. Think of it as a framework that gives you just enough structure and discipline without crushing the agility that makes your startup so great in the first place.
So here's the game plan. It's super straightforward. First, you just map out what you have. Then you figure out where the real dangers are hiding. Next, you build some simple, lightweight controls. Then, and this is key, you document it so you can prove it. And finally, you make this whole thing a natural part of your process as you get bigger. So let's break down those first few steps. Okay, step 1 is just about making a basic inventory. You do not need fancy tools for this. A simple spreadsheet is perfect. Just list out every system that uses AI in your company, from your customer-facing chatbot all the way to your internal fraud detection models. The only goal here is to get a clear picture of your entire AI footprint. So, once you have your map, you start to assess the risk. Let's take an example. A marketing chatbot gets a recommendation wrong. Annoying, maybe, but as you can see here, it's pretty low impact. But an AI model that decides someone's credit score? Whoa, that's a high-impact system. This one simple exercise immediately tells you exactly where to focus your energy. And this brings us right to the core idea, minimum viable governance, or MVG. Now, you all know what an MVP, a minimum viable product, is. I want you to think of MVG in the exact same way. It's the absolute bare minimum set of controls you need to manage risk effectively while still moving at that startup speed. And what do these lightweight controls actually look like? Well, think simple. We're talking a basic data quality checklist before you train a model, a peer review for any models that are going to impact real people, a simple change log, and, this one's critical, a way for a human to override an important AI decision. See, these aren't heavy processes. They're small habits that build massive discipline over time. Okay, so you've done all the internal work. That's fantastic. Now let's talk about the really cool part, how you turn this internal playbook into a powerful external asset, your new secret weapon for building credibility. Because doing the work is only half the battle. Let's be honest, if you can't show it, it's almost like you never did it. To win over those savvy investors and those really demanding enterprise clients, you need tangible proof of your process, of your maturity. And this is your proof. A simple one-page document, that's it. It just summarizes your AI inventory, your risk readings, and the lightweight controls you put in place. Now, when that potential client asks that dreaded question, show us your AI risk controls, you don't panic, you just send them this. It makes those due diligence calls an absolute breeze. So let's wrap this all up by talking about the long-term strategic benefit here.
Because this isn't just about passing a single sales call. This is about setting your entire company up to scale with real, genuine confidence.
Remember step 5, iterate and integrate? This simple little playbook you've built, it creates the perfect foundation for what comes next. As you grow, you can start layering in the more formal stuff, like the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, or maybe you start preparing for an ISO 42001 certification. The point is, you're not starting from scratch. You're building on a solid base you already created.
So it's really time to reframe how you think about this. AI governance isn't some burden you have to avoid. It is a competitive advantage that you can seize. It demonstrates maturity, it builds essential trust, and it will absolutely help you win deals against competitors who are still treating this like an afterthought.
And that brings us to the core philosophy behind all of this. Responsible AI starts with design, not with damage control. You want to be the company that builds responsibility in from the very beginning, not the one scrambling to apologize after a very public failure.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Right now, at this very moment, is the AI you're building adding to your company's credibility? Or is it silently creating a risk that could completely derail you down the line? The choice really is yours.
This episode was brought to you by Complianta, the boutique consultancy helping organizations build secure, ethical, and audit-ready AI systems. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one, explaining practical guides on AI risk management, ISO 42001, and responsible innovation. Want to know where your organization stands? Book your free AI risk assessment today at complianta.co. You'll find the link right below in the video description. Complianta, compliance made simple.